Happy Sunday, y'all. I hope your Sunday's going good. It's cloudy, overcast. I'm wanting rain. I'm not wanting storms. So, we've been out in the garden since they left, kind of securing everything because we are on that little line of severe, but we had such a great time. It was short, but we made the most of it, and we just really had a good time. And I'll tell y'all the menu. Let me go sit down so I can talk to y'all because my feet are kind of screaming at me. And we got to visit with Mr. Buddy. Okay, I have y'all sitting in the begonia pot. I didn't bring my tripod out here. But the menu. And I did a lot of prep the day before. So on Friday, I did a lot of prep. So the only thing I had to cook yesterday was I made some homemade rolls. So I had to let them rise and bake off. I cooked some corn on the cob and I fried the chicken that had been marinating since Friday in a buttermilk brine. But the menu was fried chicken, corn on the cob, homemade rolls with cinnamon honey butter, coleslaw. We had pasta salad, macaroni salad, deviled eggs, watermelon, cantaloupe. I had a fresh plate of grapes, some blueberries. So I kept it simple, kind of like a buffet, really light, basically. And the protein was the chicken. And I had some bagels that I had purchased. So this morning I made bacon, egg, and cheese croissants. And then I also toasted up some bagels, and we had pineapple cream cheese as our topping with blueberries and grapes and, you know, the cantaloupe. So it was what everybody, you know, could just go through and pick what they wanted. So that way I could visit, you know. And if you've got guests coming in and, you know, and you want to visit and not live in the kitchen, plan a menu of a lot of sides, you know, salads, you know, and things like that. Redneck china bowls. And if any of you don't know what I mean by that, quality paper plates. So there's no dishes but some silverware, coffee cups, and some tea glasses. But I had everything pre-prepared, sitting in containers, had a label on each container so you could identify it when you open the ice box if you wanted to go back for more, which I had set up a buffet. So it made it so enjoyable to just kind of fend for ourselves, you know, after we had our main lunch. And we had a late lunch. We ate about 2. And then it was all about visiting and driving around the property, walking the garden, going out to the fruit orchard. And yes, it was rejuvenating for me because it's been a while since I've seen Miss Allison. Now, we Marco all day long. So we're seeing each other through social media apps, but to actually physically sit, yeah, I had been waiting for this. So yeah, it was a great weekend. And now I am gathering up things because I will be going to my daughter's house to house sit and tend to the grandchildren this evening into tomorrow, get them to school and all. And then my son-in-law and daughter will be back home before they get out of school tomorrow. They had to make a abrupt emergency trip about 4 hours away for my grand pig Penny. She got very ill very fast. She became septic. But the good news is A&M Animal Hospital, they're in College Station, Texas. They were able to rush her there. They immediately knew where the problem was. They've treated her, or treating her. She's out of ICU in her own little area, and they get to bring Penny home tomorrow. So it was a very abrupt situation. And I'm trying to think, it's called airborne infantigo, no, or airborne. I'd have to ask Buddy again. We'll ask him when we go over there to look at the tomato plant. And from what we understand, where they live is they're in the middle of the country, cow and horse farm, but they're saying that if a hog was to come through, it's kind of like parvo in the ground. A pig can catch it if they're rooting, and Penny sometimes wants to root. But there is a vaccine for this, so I think they're opting for the vaccine once she gets out of this slump. But yeah, it just came on very fast, and the local vet didn't have any hopes, and when they got her there, they didn't have hopes. But by the grace of God, the little family pig Penny is making a full recovery. So all is well, but they have to stay overnight again tonight. They've been there since Friday, I think. So, and the kids have been with their cousins. So now Mama is going here in just a little while to tend to them and get them off to school. So still a busy ending to a busy weekend, but a very enjoyable one. But I'm going to stop rattling, and instead of just talking and walking, I did do a walk around in the garden, and I'm going to attempt at adding some music, so y'all bear with me. I'm willing to keep learning. I still have mess ups, but thank God y'all don't judge me on my mess ups, because this is just real. So enjoy the walk around, and when we come back, we're going to meet Mr. Buddy with his tomato plants, and then we'll ask him what exactly that is that Penny came in contact with, because I probably have it wrong. So enjoy the walk around. Let's pray for a little rain. Let's pray for no storms, because it's been bad the last couple of days from, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa, I believe. A lot of devastation, lives lost, a lot of injuries. So the sun's coming out, and that's what you don't want. But anyhow, enjoy the garden update. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee, and I'll meet y'all back over there by the garden sink to talk to Mr. Buddy about his tomato testing grafting experiment. Okay, I hope y'all can see. This is where he has grafted last week. And I'm gonna let Buddy explain to y'all what he is seeing.
Well, it's still alive, okay? I'll say that. But it appears so close to death till at this moment it's a little bit hard to tell. Time will tell though, and we shall see. I don't know if it took a good root, you know, I mean a good graft, but we shall see. We're gonna leave it in there. I pulled the plastic cover. Been 7 days, and we're gonna see what happens. We will leave it just like that and give it a little time to see if that graft takes. And if not, you know what we'll do? We'll try another one.
He's determined to work on these fruit.
I'm determined.
This tomato.
Done some grafting, but not on tomatoes. So that tomato's so tender, I'm gonna tell you what, it's so hard. My hands are so, I guess you say, rough till it's hard for me to hold that little bitty tomato and get it just right. I feel like I'm gonna break it right off, but I mean, tomatoes are real hardy. You can chuck them in the dirt and they'll go, but
yeah,
we shall see. It's I left the wrap on it in the clips, and it's not overwatered, but it's good moist, and we're just not gonna put it out there and let it cook in the sun.
Oh, let me show them some before we talk about Penny the pig.
Oh yeah, I got something else I got to tell them too.
Okay, we got 2 tomatoes and 2 peppers left to plant that's been sitting over here by theirself. So we got to find a home for them. But I think they'll make it. They're a little poorly looking, but I think they'll be fine. Yes. Tell them about this.
You look right here. You see the little leaf on it, or part of a leaf or vine. Looks like scuppernong to me. There were 3 of them.
I almost fell.
There's another one right there. Still got a little piece of leaf from the vine. I was walking. She was over in the garden. I was walking. I walked over in the corner over here. Happened to kick something that rolled, and I looked. And I said, "What is that?" So I picked one of them, look at it. I took the other one. There's 2 there. I took the other one. I cut it. Looked at the seed, the inside. Looks just like scuppernong. Now I didn't taste it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I won't taste it till I figure out what it is exactly. But there's no muscadines here on this property making fruit yet.
Ours aren't making fruit.
I don't know where that come from or why 3 of them would be in the garden.
In the garden.
But I don't know what it is or where it come from. But as soon as I find out, I will let y'all know.
I'm gonna zoom in, y'all.
Hang on. This is an oak tree right here, so
I'm gonna zoom in and hold my hand steady, and hopefully, maybe y'all may know. I honestly don't know. It's easier for them to see like that. Yeah. Just like that. It's crazy. But this is a big oak tree. And where it fell was
right in that corner.
Right in that corner where you see the garlic. Right there on the other side of the garden. So we don't have a clue, guys. Okay, Buddy just told me that 3rd one, he took the seeds out of it and stuck it in this little pot here just to see what it's gonna do. And while we're out here, can y'all see all of the Notapinos? We sent 2 home, large ones with Allison.
That's an overwintered plant from last year.
I mean, it is loaded, guys. It's loaded. Our cayennes are coming in, so I've got to feed this pepper plant. But these are the longhorns, and let me tell you what, look at the flowers. As far as you can see, these longhorns
taters coming.
are
We're
loaded.
gonna put some dirt on top of them.
So, guys, we're gonna leave them in these buckets and just see how they do. But the strange thing is, they're blooming more in the semi-shade than when I had them in the center of the garden for a week. Okay, almost forgot about Penny the pig. Now, what is it that Penny got?
Erysipelas. It's a skin infection. So, from what I read about it, I don't know, but from what I read about it, it's an infection that gets on the skin, and untreated, it can go to where it could go to lead to death. But
which is where
it's kind of like cellulitis from what I was reading, but it's not as deep tissue, it's more on the top of the skin. But Penny's doing a little better.
Yeah, but
which
it
is
was
a good
not.
thing.
It
It
was
was not good
good
there for a while. It was touch and go.
Yep, but that's what she had. So there you go. And I mean, this happened like she ate on Tuesday morning, got in her bed, and she's never moved since till last night at the hospital. So yeah, something for you guys to look up if you have some pigs, pet pigs. Now, she's a potbelly pig, so they say. I still question DNA because she's 155 pounds.
That's a pig.
She a pig.
And a pig.
My daughter would tell you it's a potbelly. Well, she got a potbelly, 155 pound potbelly. But I've got to get ready to go tend to grandkids. I'm packed. I still got to load up my coffee. Yeah, I like coffee, not fruity. I shouldn't have said that. I don't like flavor, y'all. Y'all know that. Coffee and half. And, you know, y'all got me won over. So I got to get ready to do that. I got to edit this video real quick. And I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough with the music that I could find I'm allowed to use. I'm sure there's more, but I haven't found any. I get in trouble every time I use it. So I got choice of 4 songs. So, you know, bear with me. I'm learning. But anyhow, I hope the rest of y'all Sunday's going good. I'm very tickled with how the garden is progressing so quickly, which is a good thing because the best thing we can hope for is to get a late spring, early summer harvest before the heat sets in. And I will definitely count my blessings. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday.